put some molding around this door. Originally, I thought because of the header here, I didn't want to make this conspicuous and kind of go, if I use the word all out, like the rest of them, I kind of want to disappear and just let the door do the talking. So what's important, if you're going to do wood, get the handle working. So I know right now I'm good. So I got my stock. I milled this up. I did with 3/4 stock, and it's just African mahogany. And I'm going to put this as my stopper right here. It's a touch less because I'll be honest with you, I'm right at the end of this project, and the wood's running low. Like I went through so much wood on this project, it's not even funny. And right now I'm kind of at the end, and I didn't really calculate this, so I want something different, but to match what I've done here, which is it's eclectic, but it's all the same. As you can see, I basically was doing everything out in the walkway there. Had the van backed up. The van was a storage there with my wood. I'm using a hold down. I'm using two different rotors, one a little deeper than the other. I'm using my big rotor for the deeper, and I use a small one for the I just wanted to break it a little. I don't want to go as deep. And I'm just sanding on site, both sides, and this piece will be ready to install. And I really had to do it with each piece. I didn't want to get involved in like sanding that intricate of a crown molding on site. It would have been really a nightmare to do. And now go get another piece. There's really not much you could say. A lot of molding is really, it's just man and his saw and a couple of hand tools. It's not really about having a big fancy shop and things like that. All right. So here we go. That's my 45 lined up, and now I'm making a little tick. I believe in ticks, and ticks. You're less likely to do a mistake, eh? And on a day like this, when you got about, I forget how many cuts. I think there was about, about 30 cuts, putting everything in. You don't want to start making mistakes. That makes for a really long day. And there we go. The other one lined up. My reveal's looking good. And now the other piece comes in. I dry fit it. And of course, no more nails. I didn't use PL on this, no way in hell, because I would smear. And I wanted the excess to take care of any little gaps when I butted into the next one. And I didn't want any wood movement. When I say wood movement, I didn't want anything moving around, like putting little brads. Brads to me are just like a little pin. I mean, they're not really a nail or anything really to hold things for long term. So that's why for jobs like that, I always subscribe to gluing everything in, period, the end, you know. So, I went up on top and in the back, tried to make sure the miter. I could have biscuit that joint, but I didn't. Here we go. Now the other piece that goes on the outside, I clamped it in. And I got a little bit of excess. And what you see now is, like you might not see it so much in the camera, the wall was really crooked. And, I'm having 3/4 pieces. And obviously, you can't bend 3/4 like you could, I don't know, some 1/2 inch MDF. You probably have no problem with it. So, with the piece on the side, I had a lot more flex. So I was able just to push it in. It was really great. And what was nice with that thin roundover piece, then my crown molding, I was able to butt in. We're back next day, and the molding is all on. As you can see, I used, let's take a look here, maple, white oak, African mahogany, African mahogany, African mahogany. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. I wanted to create a look with that wide door going into the bathroom and not be swallowed up by the rest of the room, meaning like a lot of carvings and a lot of other things. So this thing will look normal. It wasn't that bad. It was all thin pieces. There was the side that we had a gap. I got a little bit of a gap, you know. It would have been like, I mean, impossible to describe this. Like, I mean, this thick, I wouldn't even try it. I'll just put like a little bead of caulking right across there and touch it up with the paint. Or I'll put clear caulking with no more nails. And when it dries, I'll give a nice straight line. It's pretty decent. And on the other side, same deal, just ever so slightly. You know, I could back cut it here by 10 degrees, and then that might make a difference, but I thought it was more trouble than it was worth, and I wouldn't necessarily get the result. Here's a little bit of no more nails that's already dried, and it dries clear, so it's drying clear like the color of the paint. Pretty cool, eh? So I'll put a little bead across there, and that's it. Use your imagination. This looked like what I was originally going to do was a little different in my mind and what came out, but the end result was the same. I wanted lots of depth. I wanted to step back, go back. You know, like I said, I'm being influenced, I'm think by Art Deco, and a lot of those frames, there's no right or wrong. They're so different from each one. Like if you go to one building to another building, they're totally different. So you don't have to follow a straight path like, you know, Shaker or Arts and Crafts or something. So that's what I love about Art Deco. All right, I hope this helps somebody. Thank you. All right, now door fully installed, carpeting, all their stairs are in, everything else, and you can see as I come around, that little gap at the bottom is taken care of because we're able to slide the carpet underneath. And you can see all the sides are finished. And always remember, go wider with your casing so your baseboard just butts in. And that's it. We'll talk about the other door, the Arts and Crafts exterior door there on the left, in another video. Please subscribe and help support this channel. And I'll try to continue doing cool projects. Thank you for your time.